Dreams do come true. Studying at the best institution of this country was not just my dream, it was also the shared dreams of my parents who were unable to complete their studies due to financial constraints. There were numerous nights when I used to manifest, expressing my desire to study at this college. Now, as I am living that dream, I want to take you all along in the journey of the second chapter of my dream life, my second year of college. The second year marks a significant transition in everyone's college life. With a 3-year course, you will be compelled to make choices. The competitive atmosphere at SRCC, where individuals are continuously strategizing and striving toward their goals, will also force you to think about your own career choices and decide whether to go for placements, CA, UPSC, or do further studies. After successfully clearing my CA foundation, I decided to drop CA. I believe that going for placements would be a better option for me considering my background, and also I didn't want to forgo the exposure which I would have to sacrifice due to CA studies. To secure a good placement, the most necessary step was to secure a good internship. My internship journey was full of ups and downs. I got my first internship in Invest India within a few weeks of cold emailing. But my next internship took me a sling of 2 months. This roller coaster ride taught me two very important lessons. The first one made me understand the importance of consistent hard work and showing patience throughout. So never give up, keep trying even if it takes times. The second lesson taught me the importance of outreach. It made me realize the potential to avail various opportunities just by reaching out to people through cold emailing. So over my second year, I was able to complete 4 internships which were very helpful to enhance my overall profile. And the main reason of this deployment was because I was surrounded by some of the excellent seniors who were there to help me anytime. I really wanted to thank all my seniors, especially Pranay, who provided me invaluable assistance throughout my college life. And I feel this is one of the best things about studying at a good college, which is that you don't only learn from your classmates but also some very valuable lessons from your seniors. SR seniors were not only helpful in providing professional guidance, but also they will be emotionally available for you, helping you to navigate through your life choices more better. And that's where I want to mention my favorite senior, Sahil Bhaiya. There's always a feeling of an elder brother with him, and I'm very grateful for all the love and kindness he has shown to me. And as we are in a final year, it's very disheartening that there was no one to be called senior. There was always a safe comfort in the presence of seniors. I was very fortunate to have seniors who genuinely wished to witness my growth, and their absence is really discomforting now. And now, remembering my time as being the senior for the first time in my second year, I was able to connect with a lot of juniors because they used to already know me because of my YouTube channel. I got to know so many juniors who used to always be excited after meeting me, and for that, I'm always very grateful. Among all the juniors, there were a few with whom I connected more and made some lasting bond. And definitely Ansh and Pegu will always hold some special place in my college journey, and they will always be my favorite juniors. I truly appreciate our bond, and I express my genuine appreciation for all their constant support and always hyping me. I must say, because of my YouTube channel, I got to know a lot of people, including my college professors who used to love my videos. I started my YouTube channel initially just to document my life with the idea of showing it to my future self someday. However, it became a major part of my life, and I'm equally proud of this as I was also able to monetize my work through few sponsors. In my second year, after content creation, one major experience which I gained was revolved around friendship and understanding my true self. As I mentioned in my first year video, the relevance of the toxic culture at SRCC, which often people refer to SRCC to as rats and snake college, which means where everyone is in rat race and everyone is biting others to get ahead. And in my first year, my perception was very negative regarding this. But I guess in my second year, I have realized that the importance of one prioritizing themselves. It is essential to recognize that people are not inherently snakes, rather they tend to prioritize their own interests and their own goals. And it's equally important that we must also respect that, as everyone is coming from a different background and no one knows how important that goal is for him. Initially, I also found myself often expecting certain things from my friends, assuming that they would naturally do this just because they're my friends. However, I came to realize that this was something that I was doing wrong. I guess most of the problems in my friendship were started only because I started to expect things, and then I used to feel betrayed after that things not happening as I expected. Also, I have realized over the time that my most friendships were based on a give and take relationship, where I'm helping that person and he's helping me back. But despite all these things, I found some of the very genuine friends. These are some friends I have encountered with whom I genuinely bonded and they have helped me without any ulterior motives. And these are the kind of people with whom I always hope to maintain last longing bonds. So, I really wanted to mention all my special friends whom I really want to thank for just being there. First and foremost, I must mention Shailesh. Shailesh was a roommate in second year, and I believe I had the most underrated friendship with him. He was there with me in my lowest phase. Initially, I used to think that he's there for me just because he's my roommate, but I guess that was not the case. He has always stepped forward and helped me. I have seen him letting go his comfort to help me, which he usually don't do for others. Also, I have learned the true meaning of friendship for Arman. He only has taught me that friendship should not be based on any expectations. Like you are only helping him in a hope that he'll help you back. Friendship should be selfless, and it's very important that there should be a common sharing of trust among each other. It is fundamental to any relationship. If you're not trustful to your friends, then it's definitely not gonna work out. Also, I guess there'll be a lot of friends whom you're gonna lose in college journey, but I guess there'll be some friends who will always come back no matter how bad things turn out to be. And I think this is what best friends stand for. And that's why Shiraz will always be my best friend. Also, wanted to mention Amitesh, the most funniest person I have ever met in this college. His sense of humor is on another level. I guess many times his jokes are too funny that it takes me some second to understand it. Because of him only, I had some of the best laughs of this year. Lastly, I wanted to mention Bhuvnesh. I think the reason for my success of content creation journey equally lies to Bhuvnesh, who selflessly provided me his iPhone to shoot videos whenever I asked for. In today's time, I doubt no one would be willing to give their phones for even for 1 hour to someone. But Bhuvnesh was willing to do this for me because he understood my struggles and he genuinely wanted to help me to follow my passion. There were many other people whom I equally thank, including Adil, Amal, Yukesh, Abhishek, Priya, Pratik, Divij, Vishal Chaudhary, Zayad and Gulshan, whom I equally thank for sticking around me and helping me whenever I asked for. But this is not the whole story. This is true that I made some very special connection, but I also have shed some of the very special bonds. Initially, it used to affect me mentally, but now I have realized that not everyone is worth my time and energy, and I should be okay to let them go. Also, there's a strange comfort in knowing that these broken friendships are the one which made me into who I am today. And with all this, one very important realization that I got after staying alone for the very long time is that even if I made very good friends, but in the end, there was someone who really wants my well up the most, and that is my parents. And that is why now I make sure that I'm calling them daily, which I don't used to do earlier, because that's the only thing I can do to make them realize that I'm doing well. Also, I don't wanted to do something which will hurt my parents. Because of this, I never did smoking. I was a part of group of people who engaged in regular smoking and drinking. However, something I take pride in is that I never touch cigarettes, even being surrounded by all smoker friends. Over with all this small realization, I thoroughly enjoyed my college life. I have some of the best fun in Dewey Fest. From Feb to April, every Dewey college will be having their annual cultural fest, and during this time, you realize what's the best thing about being a Dewey student. Also, these are the fests which students only conduct, so you will get to learn a lot by being a part of this fest. My second year also ended with something very special. That was SRCC Business Conclave. It is considered as the Asia's largest undergraduate management fest. I was leading the event as senior core team member, as tech and media director. The overall experience in making this fest happen is something I will always cherish. But also, this was the first time I myself encountered the college politics. I was not initially selected for the team because of favoritism, but eventually they needed a good technical person, and then I got a chance to be part of it. And this was also the time I've realized by participating in the event that how some of my friends were really wanted to see me grow, whereas there were some friends who were pretending that they're helping me, but internally they are not. But Business Conclave 23 has been an incredible experience for me, and the best thing I will cherish the most is working under Rakshit, my senior. I have learned so much from him, and his encouragement and belief in me meant the world to me. And he's truly the best, and I'm always grateful for the impact he had on my college life. So this were some of the very good experiences in my second year, but also I had some of the regrets in second year. The first one will be obviously not focusing much on academics and not attending classes. I think I was just neglecting classes by thinking that classes are not the worth of, as there is no much learnings, but I guess I was just being lazy. Also, I guess I was studying only for marks and not to learn something. I should have the mindset of learning something because studying is something which I generally enjoy if I do it properly. But just in order to score good marks, I would just overlook my learning process. With all of this, I just got some of the best lessons of my life. The first thing I learned was that I was very hesitant to ask for help. In order to not to trouble others, this sometimes led me to forego seeking assistance even when I truly needed it. But now I have came to realize that asking for help is equally important as it reveals who your real friends are because those will be the one who will be willing to step out their comfort zones to help you. Also, I've realized that I was not giving enough time for myself. Over these 2 years, I have realized that I never properly took care of myself, while I took care of others really well. When I joined the college, there were two things that I tried to do. Number one, try to look cool, and number two, try to please others, just to make my new friends. So, to please others, I was always ready to help others without prioritizing my time. So, in this process, I somehow managed to make friends, but I didn't get time to sit back, relax, plan, and work on myself. I was just running like an ant and roaming here and there. Now, I actually feel that I should have reflected on the things which I was doing and what I wanted to do in my life. Also, one of the main differences between school life and college life is that in college life, there was no one constantly checking upon what you're doing every day, and you get to make most of the decision by yourself. And trust me, all the decision that you would be taking in college would be hugely dependent upon the friends that you make. So in the college, people whom you would make your friends would become a key factor for your success, so choose them wisely. Also, try to remove toxic people from your life, no matter how close friends they had became of yours in college. When you will join the college, you will end up making a lot of friends, and in DU, it is very easy to make friends. But in this process, you somehow manage to make friends with people who are negative, egoistic, demotivating, and they will always try to bring you down even if they don't mean to. College is unfortunately that stage of life where you think that the number of friends you have is directly proportional to your happiness quotient, to how cool you are, and thanks to this logic, I made a lot of friends just for the sake of it. And now, except few of them, I have quietly distanced myself from people who are adding nothing to my life or rather just taking away from my life. This might make me look like an asshole who thinks he's above everyone else, but ultimately, my happiness, my own thoughts, and my own progress is more important than these people who are probably better off and happy without me in their life. So, these are some learnings in my second year. Many times I've realized that if I would have known these things earlier, then I would have saved a lot of time for myself. But now I have realized that as I knew these things earlier, I don't think there's fun to get to know everything that's going to happen in my life. I think it's really important to have a lot of fun, make a lot of mistakes because if you don't do that, you'll not be the same person that we are today. At the end, I'm just very grateful to be a student of this college. SRCC has taught me to be better every day and how to deal with pressure. The drive to do something very different, to prove oneself to the world, to assert one's capabilities. All of these sentiments often emerge when you are placed under pressure. This situation is particularly true in colleges like SRCC, especially when you're joining this college after already achieving something very extraordinary. And today, I have came to realize that I have unexpectedly discovered my true passion while just being placed under pressure. Overall, my second year journey was a roller coaster with both good and bad experiences, also with some regrets, but with great learnings. There was the time when I used to admire those seniors in my college who were considered influencers. However, in my second year, I was part of the club I once admired. It was a realization, a proof that how far I have came. Having spent more than 2 years in this college and with just a few months left before I leave this place, I wish I had more time, had more fun, had studied a bit harder, confessed my friends how much I loved them, and lastly, should have asked my college crush out. Because when I look back, it doesn't matter much. I was just overthinking all the time. Also, I was just lost many times overthinking why it is only happening with me. But I guess I forget the reason why I came to college. I came to learn how to live a life. Not so long I used to dream about studying here, telling my friends in school that I would someday be sitting in the classroom of SRCC. I am so grateful for the opportunity to do all those things which was a dream for me. It was genuinely a flex, and I am so damn grateful for every single person I met in college. I have met a lot of people, made a lot of friends, but I have also shed many of them because I got to understand that not everyone is worth your time and energy. Some people just end up being a bad influence in your life, and it should be okay to let them go. Probably I will never use much whatever I have learned in my BCom honors course, but I will never forget that sometimes you need to do what you don't want to do so that you can do what you love to do. Many times I used to feel that I should have known many things from the first year of college itself. But I have came to this realization that I have learned a lot from those mistakes and I'll probably never make the same mistakes again. And if given the chance to start everything again from zero, from the first year again, I'll probably won't choose it. As much as I love my college life, I also believe that I did my best that I could do in the time I had. Now it's time for me to focus on the final chapter of my dream life. And now, as I approach the last chapter of my dream life, I want to end this chapter with a complete story and no regrets.
खड़ा हूँ आज भी वहीं कि दिल फिर बेकरार है। खड़ा हूँ आज भी वहीं कि तेरा इंतजार है। छू लो जो मुझे तुम कभी, खो न जाऊँ मैं रात दिन, नजरों में तुम हो बसे